So first match was Khaled Jashell versus Schoolboy. I know you had said, Ryan, 6-0 to Schoolboy.
Yeah.
What?
Well, we all thought that Schoolboy was going to be the heavy favorite in that match. We thought that look, he is the serious arm wrestler. He's dedicated. He's the junior WAF champion. He's a super heavyweight. We thought he was just going to go on and get the job done, and we didn't think collectively that Khaled really had that much opportunity. But he proved us wrong emphatically. His performance was phenomenal. He was strong. He had all of the positions available to him. He transitioned well from outside to inside, pulling when necessary. His display was world class.
Endurance. The most impressive thing, I think, was endurance. Like, he didn't look like he was tired at all. You know, of course, they both were draining, but not in the same rate. Schoolboy came in with a game plan to hook him from round number 1, which I think he should have tried to contest a little bit more of Khaled's hand, a little bit more side pressure, pretty much the approach that was taken a little bit lower later
on in the night.
the night.
Yeah.
But it was working to some extent, but still Khaled's a beast.
Yeah, I think that was unexpected for all of us sitting at the desk as well. I think
That
all
was
of us were pleasantly
the upset
surprised
of
Yeah.
the night. Absolutely.
Yeah,
The
and
biggest
it was the respect, I think, of Khaled's hand from Schoolboy that obviously set Schoolboy on the path to hook, and we'll see round 1 as it's here right there, straight into the hook, and look, he contains the pronator of Khaled Jashell, but you can see there's no option to pin. Schoolboy can't drive through, and Khaled Jashell then gets into his defense. Now, the red line effort there, it starts to wear through the hand of Schoolboy, and the pin happens, but it was on the running foul, and this accumulation of fatigue on the hand of Schoolboy starts adding up, and he loses touch with his top roll. As you said, by the time later on in the match when he thinks, oh, okay, I will top roll,
He couldn't do anything.
He was spent.
Yeah,
Do you think that first round shocked him?
I think it shocked him. I think he would think just hooks him, pins him to the side, and he found something that he wasn't expecting there. And when you kind of get taken out, you need time to recollect your thoughts, recollect your strategy for this match. Khaled is just, the King's move is an acid weapon in a super match.
Yeah.
He brought it out. He's like, hey. And then he didn't need it at the end.
He's this out of strap Kings mover too. Like,
Yeah, I was just going to say.
and that's one of the most unique things about him. That I've never experienced another arm wrestler that really loves the Kings move without the strap. Most of us go straight to the strap, but for Khaled, it becomes an asset because his hand is so phenomenal. He has security in that King's move, where most people, when they drop into a King's move, they need the strap to secure their hand. And the upside for him is that as the match goes on, his opponent's hand just starts to fall away, and there's no defense for them. They can't lean into a strap, and he starts to then take control. And we saw that. And one of the other things I have to say is his level of fitness. We barely see sweat on his forehead throughout this match, where Schoolboy's breathing heavy, he's working hard. Khaled was phenomenal in this match.
You think that comes from the crossover training from MMA or lack of training in arm wrestling?
No, that's everything.
No, that's up for grabs.
Yeah.
Do we think he trained?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. I think when he says he doesn't train, I think it means that within
not
his own mind,
100%
he's not
dedicated.
100% dedicated.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't do the homework,
Yeah.
basically.
What's our thoughts on this position that Khaled got into here?
That's perfectly legal as long as
But
the
I think the elbow was
if-
off. And they counted 1, 2, 3, and they stopped the match and they
It's
gave
a good
foul.
call.
So the elbow was
Yeah.
off there. But in respect to the humorous angle, obviously he's below the table, but because he's on the offensive
A
side,
side.
it's okay.
Yeah.
So
You can do that on a neutral or a losing position, but you can be in a winner's position. You can do. The problem was the elbow came off the pad, but
Yeah.
referees called it. They tell them to get up.
But again, it's perfect. Like, it's perfect tactics for Khaled to get to that position where he has great arm endurance on the A side. He's below the table, and then just secure them with his hand. It puts people like Schoolboy in a position where he has to red line to survive, and Khaled can just wait it out.
And his hand was never compromised. It was always like it was fresh pretty much because he never really had it contested. The arm was the one that's getting fatigued, but he's like, okay, I still have a hand. So Schoolboy lost opportunities to slip, to get away, to get in better positions just because there's no drainage on the arm of Khaled.
So do you think that was the game plan all along for Khaled? Those first few rounds was to get into that position, into the King's move, and bleed him out. Really?
Well, one thing that I've learned about Khaled is that he's very intuitive and instinctive. I don't think that he necessarily had a fully complete plan to execute round by round. I think he feels things on the tables and he just goes where he feels it needs to go. So on an intuition level, he's very high on table IQ. And so I give him credit there. He uses the combination of that intuition and his strength very well in this match.
Yeah. And I think words of advice from Badr Al-Tayyib
Look at this round.
on this.
I think-
Yeah, and it's like a vice
Look
grip.
at that. The vice grip and the instinct stands up perfectly back.
Yeah.
what we were screaming at this point, right? We were like, oh
Takes
my
the first
God.
round.
Yeah.
I saw fear in Ryan's eyes.
Yeah.
I think after the first spin, both of us
Yeah.
turned and looked at Ryan.
Yeah, and I think I posted
know-
on
yeah.
Instagram or something my face with a stunned look, and everyone's comments was Ryan run now.
You're
Like-
fucked. You're fucked, Ryan.
Did you not leave to go to the toilet at this point, or was it to warm up?
No, I look at this point in time. I genuinely was shocked. I was genuinely thinking, oh wow, okay, he is way stronger than I thought.
Yeah. And everyone thought.
Because we know
How good
what
Schoolboy
entity
is.
Schoolboy is.
Yeah.
We have a good accurate read where he sits in amongst arm wrestlers.
Yeah.
So for Khaled to do this was phenomenal.
Impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond impressive.
Especially from the last time that they actually gripped up.
Yep.
I could safely say that Schoolboy's definitely put the more work into arm wrestling
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
100%. There's no way Khaled
Yeah.
is.
So this led on to round 2.
Yeah, that was the first round.
First match of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and at this point, we're all stunned. Khaled declared coming into this match that he was going to win both matches and he was going to beat Schoolboy. There was never doubt or fear, or it didn't sound like he was trying to sell it to himself. It was very much him walking exactly what he declared he was going to do here. So you got to give him immense credit. And as you can see, we've skipped forward now into the later rounds. If you have a look at the composure of the guys there, you can see Schoolboy's exhausted. Schoolboy's leaning down. He's trying to recover energy.
Khaled's still like,
Khaled's rock solid.
Khaled's still like, no, you can see it. He's still there.
And it was nice to see a cool, calm, and collected Khaled.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He maintained that throughout. It was good sportsmanship from him as well.
He got so much shit for that first pull because he was aggressive. He was fighting for everything. Even in Larry's match, he was very calm, collected. You know.
And that's actually one thing I would like to say as well, is that I misread who Khaled was as a person coming to this. I perceived that there was going to be some more hostility from him, but he's actually quite a gentleman throughout the entire event. To both Schoolboy, I witnessed it, to myself as well. Very, very humble, very kind, and respectful. So his performance all round super impressive.
And if you look at the guys' faces, the athletes' faces, it's always good to read their emotions. And you can see going into this round here that Schoolboy was beaten.
Yeah.
This was round 4, and I think we were talking.
Schoolboy gives it everything here.
Yeah.
And we were talking a lot about like the composure of the athletes, the sweat on the face of Schoolboy.
Even now, Schoolboy went into the full King's move.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
defense,
That's round
like,
4.
Yeah.
Like this is down in the trenches. You can see him
Shaking his head.
and Khaled just mirrors the position, and then it becomes this battle of endurance. And Khaled starts
He
standing
presses
up,
this round.
and
Yeah.
we're like, look at this. Like he has conditioning across the full spectrum. That's one of the things that's exciting about him as a prospect, is that there's nowhere on the table in a positional sense that he's not ready to go to.
I believe he's here to stay. I don't believe him saying this was the last and I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
No.
I
He will
hope that.
feel the love from the
He's
community.
shadow boxing on the side.
He should start doing some push-ups.
Yeah, he got a buzz out of this victory, no doubt.
100%. I think this ignited a fire that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The recognition from the arm wrestling world is something that will mean a lot to him. What he did there was special. It cements him as a real deal arm wrestler in everyone's books now. No matter who you are, you have to consider Khaled Jashell a legitimate force.
Yeah. How would you, like, in an overall ranking, how would you put Schoolboy on, in the world of arm wrestlers? So just to see where we can slot Khaled in, right? Like, if we were to make a fantasy match, who would be Khaled's next opponent?
It's it's a bell curve.
Yeah.
Or it's whatever that curve is. It looks like it's a very pointy end of the arm wrestling. But you come down as soon as you get below 10. 10 through 50 could be very, very close.
Right.
10 through 100 even close. So there are a lot of arm wrestlers out there. And
A lot of arm
yeah.
wrestlers.
So if we're talking echelons, if the top 10 is echelon A, Khaled's echelon B.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe
that makes sense.
B minus. But like he's right up there.
He's good arm wrestler. All I can say.
Yeah.
So I think this is the final round that they pulled, right?
Yeah.
Khaled's up 3-1, and I think he takes the fourth.
Yeah. At this point, it was Schoolboy had thrown the kitchen sink at him. He was exhausted. He tried stylistically to go inside, to go outside. He tried the King's move defense. He tried everything. And at this point in time, I think, is it a flash pin from Khaled? Yeah, that's right. Look, at this point, he's like, I need the straps. Schoolboy's dumping his wrist. He's trying to get a flop slip. He's going to look for speed.
We already see it.
He's telegraphing, and Khaled Jashell, not fearing it at all, just says, "Yep,
That hand is too
let
big,
it go.
too
So I'm
strong."
going to hold on. I'm not going to let him slip." And he just proceeds to crush him. Here it comes.
Do you think Khaled has the experience to feel where he's going to go before he goes for it?
He has what I would describe as a broad sense of what's coming.
He knows the move.
Yeah,
He knows the move.
He could sense, and so he stayed low enough to contain and prevent the slip, and then just cut
Again.
him off.
Yeah, and that was
Beautiful.
Done.
a knife through butter.
Yeah.
4-1 to Khaled Jashell against Schoolboy.